How's it going? Welcome to the PX4 Developer Summit 2021. I'm really excited to be here with you today. I guess it's been more than a year now, and we've been through a lot this whole year. And this event today is to celebrate the community, celebrate all of our efforts, and to collaborate, meet each other, and be happy. So I guess I'll just get started with it, right? I am your host for today. My name is Ramon Roche. I'm the program manager for Dronecode Foundation. For those of you that don't know me, I've been at the Dronecode Foundation for the past 5 years. I used to work for a company called 3D Robotics before then. And you can find me in social media, GitHub at Mr. Pollo, or you can find me on my email. I work, like I said, for the Dronecode Foundation. So I guess a lot of you don't really know what the Dronecode Foundation is. And I just want to kick off the day and get you started with the same baseline. Like, everyone should know what we're doing and why we're here. So I wanted to give you a quick, brief intro into what is it that we're doing here. Why is it the Dronecode Foundation exists? It's not going to take too much. I promise it's going to be fine. We're going to go through this together. All right, so what open source is and how it's shaped the world can really be explained in a few slides, but I'm pretty sure you're all aware that open source is all around us. And it's no surprise to you to see this number. So 500+ million projects by 2026. That's 500 million open source projects. That's an estimate that was just published this year. That's a lot of open source projects. And the question becomes now, whoops, let me just switch my slides. That's not the right slide. With so many projects available, which ones really matter the most? Because the reality is that out of those 500 million projects, anyone can just go to GitHub and publish an open source project. Anyone can do that, but the reality is that only the real valuable projects are the ones that are shaping the economy, shaping our daily lives, shaping the way we live. And how does that happen, really? How does you go from publishing something in GitHub into creating something valuable and getting a lot of people's attention? So one last slide with numbers. This is data published by GitHub. They have 65+ million developers in their platform. They have more than 200 million projects. I just want to note that it's not just open source projects. It can be any other type of project, closed or open. And they have 1.9 billion contributions. They're calling them contributions, but those are pull requests. So just think about the magnitude of what they're achieving, how they're enabling developers to come up online and create open source applications. So I'm going to go back to my question. With so many projects available, which ones really matter the most? Well, the answer is simple for those of you that have been following Dronecode, but it's that the ones that really invest in their communities and then creating an ecosystem are the ones that are really succeeding in life. And it's not a lot of them. If you can see, it's just a very small fraction of all those open source projects, but creating that ecosystem doesn't just come out of thin air. How does that work? All right, well, in order to create a valuable ecosystem, you have to create a developer community. There has to be technology. And then out of that technology, which could be the open source projects, companies will create products and services based on that. And those products and services will in turn create a market. And that market will in turn get profits to those companies, and those companies will participate back and contribute back to the open source community. And then the wheel will continue turning and so forth. Well, successful projects depend on not just the open source projects or the contributions, they also depend on developers, the infrastructure, and then most importantly, in market adoption. So that's exactly where Dronecode comes in. So we help that wheel that I pictured there turn. So we create ecosystems we create this ecosystem, we help nurture it, and the reality is that creating ecosystems, it's already a solved problem. The Linux Foundation did that. So we're not reinventing that. We're just applying that into the drone industry, because in reality, the drone industry, it's been around for a little bit more than, I guess, like 15 years or well so. And the reality is that there's still a lot to do in terms of standardization, in terms of getting together and not trying to reinvent the wheel every time a new product comes up, every time a new startup comes up, and trying to do the same things all over and over. So that's why the Dronecode Foundation got created. And it was founded in 2014. We're a nonprofit organization. We host the open source projects, we host open standards, we also host the communities within those open source projects. That's exactly why we're here. We help the projects grow. You can see some of our members right there. If you want to learn more about Dronecode, just click on the, go to the dronecode.org. You can click on it right now. But all my slides are going to be up on Sched. I think you can find them right now. And lastly, why are we here? Well, like I said, building communities matter, and building relationships takes time and effort. So today and hopefully tomorrow, we're going to help you do that. We're going to help you create relationships with the other developers. We're going to help you understand what the ecosystem is all about, all the projects, all of the efforts that companies that are within our ecosystem are putting into creating or in implementing the open source projects within their products or services. And we're here just for you, and obviously the after party. So with that said, I'm going to jump right straight into their business for today. So let's talk about the PX4 Dev Summit, day 1. All right, so before I jump into the summit by numbers, I have a quick announcement to make. So if you noticed, my screen is sharing right now, and you can also see my face below in a little rectangle. So if you click on my face, you can actually put that on the screen as the main thing that you're seeing. And I wanted to highlight that because throughout the day, you might realize that some speakers might be illustrating something with their webcam rather than in the slides, and you might want to switch back and forth or pay attention at least to that. Getting that out of the way, let's go back to the summit by numbers. So thank you everyone for coming up to today with us. We had more than 745 registrations. That number is a bit outdated already. We have 50 speakers, 45 talks, 4 amazing keynote speakers, and we are amazed and thrilled to have an amazing after party happening tomorrow. You should definitely check that out. So what do we really have going on for today? So for today, we have 19 talks. We have 2 keynotes. You should be aware that some of those are going to be happening at the same time. So if you go to the sessions tab on Hopin, the conference platform, you're going to be able to see whatever session is actually live right now. And the sessions, it could be 1 or 2, so you can jump in between, back and forth between those. Like the conference name, it's just hopping, so you just got hop between one or the other. A quick tip is use the breaks that are scheduled to network, to visit the virtual booths. Use that time to try to connect with other conference attendees. And the very first keynote is happening right after my talk. It's by Dr. Lawrence Mayer at 7:30 Pacific. And then at 10:45 Pacific, Tully Food from OSRF is going to be giving his keynote. And then I wanted to actually mention that there's 2 announcements happening today during the summit this morning. First is the PXOC FMUV5X standard. It's finally out there. You can check the announcement on the Dronecode website. And also, Holybro is announcing the new PXOC 5X, and you should definitely check out their talk today a little bit. Sorry, I didn't actually put in the time for that, but you can check it out in the schedule. And lastly, please help us out. Ask a lot of questions to those speakers. Make sure that you go in there, have a positive attitude. We interact with the speakers, we interact with each other, and we make this experience the best that we can, because I know that this is an amazing community. I know that you're going to enjoy yourself. So we are trying our best to make this a great conference for you. Going back a little bit to the PXOC FMU V5X announcement, like I said, it's on the Dronecode website. It's on the DS011 open standard. It was developed by the PXOC SIG members. It's about the latest generation of the PXOC flight controller. If you want to read the specs and all the sensor set, you can find that on the blog post. And you can also go to GitHub, the PXOC organization in GitHub, or the PXOC website, pxoc.org. You can find this, links to the standards over there. You can download the PDFs. And of course, like I already mentioned 3 times, you can go to the Dronecode blog. All right, so this is the last message that I have for you for today. Well, I also have a closing remarks during towards the end of the schedule, but I wanted to quickly thank our beautiful sponsors for your help. We couldn't really do this without you. Thank you for helping us put this event together. You're amazing, and I hope that you also have time to visit their virtual booths. They put a lot of effort into those, and they have staff in there right now. So if you want to jump and say hi and chat to some of those companies, be sure to look for announcements and sessions from some of, well, I guess all of those companies have sessions already in the schedule, so you should check those out as well. And lastly, to our media partners, thank you for helping us advertise the event. Thank you for spreading the word for us. We hope that we are meeting your expectations as well as partners. And I think with that said, enjoy the rest of the summit. I am really happy to be here with you today. I can't wait to see most of the talks, like all amazing. And I can't wait to talk to you as well. Lastly, I want to introduce my contact info again. You can send me an email. You can go to GitHub and find me in my social media. Make sure to connect with me if you have any questions. Please make sure to send those to DF Events at Linux Foundation. Will be also, there's a session for support. If you're having trouble with the event or anything, just log into there. There's going to be some staff present there to help you. Or, like I said, send an email. All right, so this is when I'm going to ask you to click on my face now. I want to introduce our next speaker, and I want to make a quick announcement too. So please, once I stop talking, you can go to the session tab on the right and then find the keynote session, and then you can jump on that. If it's not yet published, it'll be soon, but it'll be there soon. And then you'll be able to enjoy the keynote, and that's how you'll be doing that for the rest of the day. Next up, we got Dr. Lawrence Mayer with his keynote, and I'm really excited to see what's coming up. And yeah, well, thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me today. And I hope that you have a great day today. So I'll talk to you later today. Talk to you soon. Bye.